My name is Illyria, and I've been debating on making this video for a long time, probably over a year and a half, because it obviously is a touchy subject. But to give a little backstory, I was 20 years old, and I was innocently shot in my face with an assault rifle, and my car was shot at over 20 times. So when I was 20, I was living in the world and partying, drinking, smoking, the whole nine, just like any other 20-year-old person in the world. And I got mixed up with the wrong person. And because of his wrongdoings, I got retaliated on, and my life changed forever. I did have warning signs from God to leave the situation that I was in, but I had a big head. I was in denial. I wanted to do things my own way, and that came with a price. And so I denied what I was hearing, and God said, "You're going to mess around and find out." And I messed around and found out, and my life was changed forever. I've had 25 surgeries now, and so many miracles throughout this whole journey has been performed on my life. Just a couple months ago, I had a bone infection that almost took me out again. I had a PICC line that was giving me antibiotics that was supposed to fight off the bone infection, but that was the last resort before there was nothing else that they could do. But luckily that worked, and I had my 25th operation 2 days ago, as you can see, still healing. And there's now no infection, so I'm happy about that. I believe that my testimony will change thousands of lives and save souls. And this is God's testimony. I am just living proof of his works and what he can turn around. And was once something that was so ugly, he ordained and played out so beautifully. I continue to trust him and not doubt what he can do, because he showed me what he can do. So I had to stay faithful throughout this whole journey and just trust in him. And I just encourage anyone who is living a fast life to not mess around and find out. I pray to God it's not as extensive as it was for me, but he will get your attention one way or another. I can say that he definitely has gotten my attention, and now I am serving the Lord as much as I can. And I am not perfect. I am still tussling with my sins every day, but I draw back to the Lord and I repent of my sins and turn from the evil ways of the enemy, because he is here to kill, steal, and destroy. So if this can help anyone, I just pray and encourage you to seek God and just keep him in every part of your life, even when you feel like you want to give up and you feel like you're at rock bottom and there's no way to go. There's nowhere to go. All you need is the size of a mustard seed of faith, and he will blow your mind. So that is my testimony, and maybe later on I will go into depth more about, everything that took place when I feel ready. But I thank you guys for listening, and I hope you are encouraged. I got a lot of questions, and the main one was, what were the warning signs? So I will touch on that. So one major, I wouldn't say warning sign, but red flag, was that, when you're dealing with someone and you know that you can't bring this person around your family. That was a thing that we bumped heads on a lot, was that I knew I couldn't bring this man around my family. Again, no shade to him, but it's just what it was. Yeah, they were not going for that. Another sign from God himself. I looking back on it now, I know it was a sign, but that day I couldn't see it as a sign. But there was this road that I used to take in my city, my town. It was a long road. I would usually just cruise down this road, but something told me to slow down. And so I turned on my bright lights and I slowed down, and I saw a deceased man laying flat in the middle of the road. And then I got shot about 6 months later, maybe sooner than that, I'm not sure. But I believe that was another warning. I never had anything like a dream or anything, but I always had like this tugging feeling like you need to leave the situation. Like nothing good. I knew nothing good was going to come out of it, no matter how many times I tried to cover it up or tell myself I'm just having fun or whatever. But when you feel like you're too deep in a situation, it's like I had a hard time standing up for myself, so I just wouldn't leave. So if you ever have that feeling that, you know, it's tugging on you, like, I know this is not good for me, please leave the situation. It may hurt. Let it hurt. I always say embrace the struggle, embrace the, you know, ugly, but leave, please. Another thing, like red flag, was I lied a lot to my mom about what I was doing. And it was like I couldn't keep up with the lies. It was like too much was going on. I was telling her I was doing one thing, and every lie just led back to him. I was always with him. And so I felt really bad about that. Like, even to this day, like, the last thing I would have told my mom was a lie. If I did, you know, God forbid, pass away when I got shot, none of it was the truth. None of it was the truth. I also got some questions on, was I fully conscious, like awake, after I got shot? And yes, I was. I experienced all of it until I was life-flighted to a bigger hospital. It's very gruesome, so I don't know if I can say it on here, but you can imagine. Yes, I do remember everything. I would also like to shed light on mental health awareness. I got the more just physically healing side of me being shot, and by the grace of God, I'm so thankful. But my mother struggled a lot with the mental side of it, having to care for me, her daughter, after such a tragic assault. And I praise her for that as much as I can. And I didn't see that for a long time, like her perspective on the situation and how it affected her mentally. And it got really bad at one point. And so anyone in the comments who can just like toot her horn like she's so strong, like the strongest person I know, and a lot of people say that I'm strong. No, that woman is strong. It's because of her that I am able to be so strong, and I'm just so thankful for her. I do want you guys to know that your situation does not have to be like mine. No matter what your situation is, like, you matter. I feel like, yeah, our stories can be different, and mine may be more intense, but we all feel the same feelings. Like, there is no testimony that is greater than the other, because we all go through, you know, the same emotions, the same feelings, and, you know, no person matters more than the next, is what I'm trying to say. More questions was like the extent of my injuries. So my rib, they took my rib and put it in my nose. So my rib is my nose bridge. I will need more reconstructive surgeries. I'm blind in my right eye. I can see a little bit in the peripheral, but straight on, I'm blind. I'm just now getting my taste and smell back, so that's good. I can only taste like flavors, like it's not strong. So those kinds of things, like, and even with sense too, because it's all connected. They're all sinuses, and my sinuses got blown out. So it's like my body is still trying to relearn all of those things, and it's taking time. But again, I'm just grateful to be here. And a lot of the comments, you know, you say you're sorry, and, you know, I'm sorry this happened to you, and, you know, all of those things. Don't be sorry for me. I am not sorry for myself, because it could have been worse. It could have been a lot worse. I could be in a psych ward from, you know, being mentally ill. I could be in a vegetative state. I could be dead, you know. So much could have went left. I could be a paraplegic, but I am not those things. I'm driving again. I'm working again. So I am just so thankful that my situation was not worse, and that God is using me as an example to not let this be your situation, or God forbid, worse than mine. So I hope you all just keep being encouraged, and I think I will continue to make videos about my journey in life, you know, as a 23-year-old who was shot in the face with an assault rifle, and now living for God. And, you know, like I said in my video, I'm not perfect. We all fail, but the whole thing is just getting back up and continuing to seek God and draw back to Him whenever we feel like, you know, you're at your wit's end and you don't know what to do. That's what you do. You draw closer to God, and He will give you a way out. I keep looking at this picture. This was me before I got shot. I used to be a junior Olympic volleyball player, and I was on ESPN 2 times. So that was my life, but God can do anything, so I might even just start playing volleyball again. We'll see. But I thank you guys so much, and I love all of you. Stay blessed.